Welcome to Think Hub, where we dive deep into the creative genius shaping our world, one idea at a time. Welcome back to Think Hub, the channel where we dive into the fascinating stories behind the everyday objects that have shaped culture and history. Today, we're talking about a shoe that has transcended generations, worn by athletes, musicians, rebels, and everyday people. Yes, we're talking about the one and only Converse sneakers. From the basketball courts to the punk rock stage, the story of Converse is as iconic as the shoe itself. Converse sneakers have been a staple in both sports and fashion for over a century. But how did these simple canvas shoes become such a cultural phenomenon? Let's take a step back in time and explore the fascinating history of Converse. Our story begins in 1908 in Malden, Massachusetts, when a man named Marquise Mills Converse founded the Converse Rubber Shoe Company. Back then, they weren't making the iconic shoes we know today. Nope. Converse started off as a manufacturer of winterized rubber-soled shoes designed to withstand harsh weather conditions. But that was just the beginning. By 1917, Converse introduced a revolutionary new product, a high-top basketball shoe called the Converse All-Star. It was one of the first shoes specifically designed for the sport of basketball, which was still in its early days. Little did they know, this would be the shoe that would take their brand to new heights. But there was someone who would take the All-Stars even further, a man named Chuck Taylor. In 1921, Converse hired a young basketball player named Chuck Taylor, who would become the brand's biggest advocate. Chuck loved the shoes so much that he even suggested some design improvements, like adding more ankle support and flexibility. His passion for the brand led him to travel across the country, promoting the shoes and teaching basketball clinics. In 1932, Converse made a game-changing decision. They added Chuck Taylor's signature to the ankle patch of the All-Star, officially branding it as the Chuck Taylor All-Star. This move cemented Chuck's place in sneaker history and made the shoes the go-to footwear for basketball players across the United States. By the 1940s, the Chuck Taylor All-Star had become the official basketball shoe of the U.S. Armed forces during World War II, and its dominance on the court was undeniable. In the 1950s and 60s, over 90% of professional and college basketball players were wearing Converse. Converse became a symbol of athleticism and victory. From high school gyms to the NBA, the All-Stars were on the feet of legends like Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain even wore his Chucks while scoring an incredible 100 points in a single game. At this point, Converse was more than just a shoe. It was a basketball icon. As time went on, basketball shoes evolved with newer designs and advanced technology. Brands like Nike and Adidas entered the game, and Converse slowly lost its dominance on the court. But as one door closed, another opened. Converse found new life in the streets and in youth subcultures. The Chuck Taylor All-Stars became the footwear of choice for musicians, skaters, and rebels. Bands like the Ramones and artists in the punk rock scene embraced the sneakers, and soon, Chucks became a symbol of individuality and rebellion. What started as a basketball shoe had now become a cultural icon, worn by anyone looking to express their uniqueness. Despite its popularity, Converse struggled financially in the 1990s. But in 2003, another giant stepped in to save the day. Nike purchased Converse for $305 million and revitalized the brand. Nike introduced modern materials and design innovations, while still keeping the classic look of the Chuck Taylors intact. Today, Converse collaborates with top designers, musicians, and artists, continuing its legacy as a fashion staple. And while Converse may no longer dominate the basketball court, it remains one of the most recognizable and beloved brands in fashion, art, and culture. So, whether you're a basketball player, a musician, or just someone looking for a stylish, timeless sneaker, Converse has a place in your wardrobe. The story of Converse isn't just about shoes, it's about the people who wore them, the culture they inspired, and the legacy they've left behind. Thanks for watching ThinkHub. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the everyday objects that shaped history. Drop a comment below and let us know what you love most about Converse. Until next time, keep exploring the fascinating stories behind the things we use every day.